Okay, hey guys, and today I'm going to show you a few tips to optimizing Windows. Now this is a particular version of Windows we're looking at is Windows 7, but you could do it on just about any ones as long as they have the same uh, features, and most of them do. So what you're going to want to do is you're in the Windows desktop here, and you're going to click on the Start button and type in msconfig, and you're going to hit Enter. Give it a second, and this menu is going to come up. You see here, it's going to say General. You're not going to really do anything with this here. It's going to be boot. There's a boot setting in here. You can time it out. You can have like what you want. If there had multiple windows in here, like boot up, so if you have a dual boot, you could remove one of them. There's some advanced options in there, but you're not going to really need to do that. Now services, this is we're going to be working in services, startup, and tools. So I want to first go to the startup. Now if you go into startup, you see I have a few things that are starting when my computer loads. These are things that you're not going to actually be able to see in the background. Now I have Skype. I don't need Skype to load all the time. I don't need Google Update, and I don't need BitTorrent. That's actually going to save resources. So anything I really would like to have is my AVG running, and that's fine. So you're going to want to go over to services, and these are things Windows is actually using. It'll say to keep it running. So what you're going to want to go down to hide. Now hide hides all the Windows services, so you don't interfere and have any problems. Now I'm going to remove this Adobe Update because I don't need it. I don't even this Magic. I don't need this. Google Update. I don't need that. I don't need another update. Okay, so all I really want to have is my AVG running. The Bonjour and Apple is for your iPod, and I don't really need anything else. So I'm going to apply that. Okay, that applies it. So now that's what I have. Now in your tools section, there's a bunch of different options that you can go into here for configuration. See, you can launch them or change them, but really don't need that. So that's all you're going to really want to do. And you click on OK, and depending on your version of Windows, it may say it wants to restart. So you don't want to restart, save it, and when you restart the computer, it comes up. Those items won't load. That's the first optimization tip. Now the next thing, we're going to go into here. Now it depends on what version of Windows you have. If you have like Windows Vista and XP, you could right click and just go over to properties and to adaptive settings. Here you have to go to screen resolution, and there is a bunch of just features here. Now there's not much in here. There's an advanced setting, so that's where we want to go. And in here it will show you your video card, and it shows you the modes. Now what happens is here, if you adjust the refresh rate on the video card, if you can, it actually will make things refresh to the screen faster. This is like old gamer type trick. So if you go here and you go to list all modes, you'll see in here it lists 60 and 59. So there's really not a lot you can do. But some of your video cards may list like 100 hertz, higher than this. So we'll keep it where we are. We're fine. But some will actually list more. In here, you don't need this. There's stuff for the screen refresh rates. A lot of times you can adjust that. Pretty much everything. But mainly in here where the adapter is. Now that's in Windows 7. We're on 7, so I can't show you like XP or Vista. On those different versions, you would just right click on the desktop and go to properties, and then there's some monitor properties in there, and you'd go to an advanced tab and you'd find your adapter, same thing, list modes, and then the modes will show you refresh rates. Higher refresh rates are normally better. This clicking like this, see, it makes it faster. But those are really good tips as far as the msconfig and the screen resolution adjustments and the refresh rate. Now there's actually one other thing you can do, and this is, again, it's going to depend on what version you Windows you have. Now I have my hard drive here. Okay, let me go back and show you how you do this. It depends on which version of Windows. Now if you have XP, it's a little different, but you want to just probably follow it this way. Right click, left click on that icon, the start button. See, when you highlight it says start, click it, go to my computer, right click on your hard drive and go to properties. And you'll notice in the properties here, it'll say how big the hard drive is, but it will have tools, hardware, sharing, security, Acronis, because I have Acronis. It's going to show you that. Sharing, quota, and this here. But what you're going to want to do, now you can also compress the drive, see that? And you click on OK, it'll make it. But we don't need that. That's an old tool. Now hard drives are big enough. I got a small hard drive in here. I don't have a lot of files on here. Go to Tools. You can go to Defrag it and check for errors. You hit the checking errors. You'll see it'll automatically fix any errors. But right now the hard drive is being used, so it can't do it. Defrag it. You can go into Defragger. You would select which drive and defrag, and it'll go through there. It'll go pretty fast because this is not very much used on this hard drive. So, but anyway, we'll go through, and then from there, when it's done, actually what we'll do is it'll defrag it. That actually will help your computer. So, real quick, tell you a few things here. You're going to want to, let's throw a notepad up here so we can show you. Notepad. So in Notepad, I'm going to type down here. What you're going to want to do is msconfig at the start run. Okay. You're going to want to, once you get on that tab, okay, let's see here, you're going to want to look at the services and the startup. That's mainly what you want to look at, and you want to uncheck those and save it. So next you want to do the properties of display driver, and you want to go to the advanced settings and adjust that, and then you want to do the properties of the hard drive, and you want to look at the properties that your defrag and your scan disk. But that's pretty much in a nutshell, guys. I hope this was educational, guys, and thanks for watching. But if you follow these tips, you'll pretty much speed up your computer a little.